Welcome back to the channel, where we break down the biggest stories in entertainment and pop culture. Today, we're talking about Lady Gaga finally addressing the backlash surrounding Joker, Folie. Deux. The sequel to the critically acclaimed Joker starring Joaquin Phoenix had massive expectations, especially with Gaga joining the cast as Harley Quinn. But things didn't exactly go as planned, with audiences and critics alike expressing mixed feelings. Now, Gaga's breaking her silence on the poor reception. Let's unpack what she said, why this sequel didn't connect with everyone, and whether it's time for Joker to take its final bow. First, let's set the stage. The first Joker film was a cultural phenomenon. Directed by Todd Phillips, it presented a dark, gritty take on the iconic DC villain. Joaquin Phoenix's performance earned him an Oscar, and the movie raked in over $1 billion at the box office. Naturally, when the sequel was announced, expectations were sky-high. To make things even more exciting, Lady Gaga was cast as Harley Quinn. Known for her powerhouse performances and larger-than-life persona, she seemed like the perfect fit for the twisted, chaotic role opposite Phoenix's Arthur Fleck. Fans were eager to see her bring a musical element to the sequel, which was billed as a psychological musical thriller. But then the movie dropped, and let's just say it didn't land the way people expected. Critics were divided, with some praising the film's bold choices and others calling it pretentious and unnecessary. The musical elements, in particular, left a lot of people scratching their heads. Many felt that the sequel lost the raw, grounded edge that made the first film so impactful. Now, Lady Gaga has finally spoken up. Without getting defensive, she simply acknowledged that sometimes people don't like certain things, and that's okay. It's a refreshingly humble response, considering how emotionally invested actors often get in their projects. Gaga seems to understand that not every creative risk will pay off, and that's just part of being an artist. So why did Joker, Folie Deux fall short of expectations? One major factor could be the shift in tone. The original was a gritty, character-driven drama, while the sequel leaned heavily into stylized musical elements. That kind of drastic change is always a gamble, and for many fans of the first film, it just didn't work. Another possible issue is the oversaturation of comic book movies. While Joker stood out in 2019 for being different from the typical superhero fare, the landscape has changed dramatically since then. Audiences might be feeling a bit fatigued, even when it comes to unconventional takes on familiar characters. And then there's the Harley Quinn factor. Margot Robbie's portrayal of the character has been hugely popular, and it's possible that audiences weren't ready to accept a completely different version so soon. Gaga's performance may have been strong, but it was always going to be compared to Robbie's iconic take. But does this mean the Joker franchise is over? Not necessarily. Hollywood loves a redemption arc, and there's always a chance for a third film to course-correct. However, it would need to go back to what made the original so compelling: raw, unapologetic storytelling that taps into the darker side of the human condition. At the end of the day, Gaga's response shows a level of grace that we don't always see in Hollywood. She's not making excuses or pointing fingers, she's simply accepting that art is subjective. And that's a valuable lesson for anyone in the creative space. So what do you think? Was Joker, Folie Deux an underrated masterpiece or a misguided sequel that never should have happened? And how do you feel about Lady Gaga's take on the situation? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more deep dives into the latest entertainment stories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.